Okay, we're on the air. Hey, folks, welcome. This is the Keys Bartender Podcast coming to you live from beautiful Key Largo, the Catch Restaurant. Hey, with Connor Barrett, and I'm Jim Horan. We're clinking. Oh, man, I'm a mess. I'm spilling a drink here. I know, that was horrible. But yes, we are at the Catch Restaurant here at in beautiful Key Largo. It's happy hour from 3:30 to 6:30. We have some wonderful drink specials here, as well as food specials. You got 75-cent wings, some of the best wings. I know Billy would say. Billy, tell me about the wings. Yep. And we're going to be trying out one of the drink specials right now, the Stoli Pineapple Crush.
Stoli Pineapple Crush. Looking forward to it.
Yes. And we're going to, hopefully we won't get too crushed on that Stoli Pineapple Crush. And we're really happy to have all our friends here. We have, oh my God, I don't want to miss it. We got Tina, Bear, we have Dennis, the Key Largo Rotary President here with us tonight. What an honor. I'm a member here. We also have Peter, the chef of the Encore. We have Drew and Debbie there, and we have John and his lovely woman from up there, and Bob. We have several other people coming in too.
So, honorable mention for probation officer.
Yes, the probation officer over here. We appreciate, and we are following. Are we operating within the bounds of whatever restrictions there are? Clink, clink.
Yeah.
We got to do clink, clink near the mic. There we go. Oh, here comes the crush. You're going to have to drink most of that, Connor. Oh, my God. There they are. Okay, folks. You know, the title of the show was So You Want Arbor Day Off. We are a show, and we pitch it to the interest of restaurant people. So that's bartenders, servers, people that work in the back, managers. And, as well as musicians, they work within it. But besides that, there's a litany of people out there that have to work.
We're going to include management?
Yes, of course we include management. And you know what? The owners, there a lot of times for these small businesses, you have the owners.
Okay.
And all these other people, we have people that work in retail, we have soldiers, God bless our soldiers, that keep us safe.
I've always thought that if you're not part of the solution, you're probably management.
Oh man, that's spoken truly like a guy that's not working in the industry anymore. Because I wouldn't say that, because I love the owners I have.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. I love the owners that I have too.
Okay, but I mentioned soldiers. God bless them. Peace officers, our sheriffs, Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Yesterday they were working on the 4th of July. We had the 4th of July parade, which I did a remote podcast from. And actually, they were all out in force that day, making sure we were safe. There are national security threats on these big events. Sometimes people think that there could be some terrorist possibilities occurring during those events. But we also have nurses, we have doctors, we have retail workers, all those people that work during holidays. Now, if you get a job where you work during a holiday and you're surprised when a holiday comes around and you have to work, I have to say, what the F? I didn't say the word F. I don't need to say it, but you understand. What the F? You did get the wrong job. And I can tell exactly how long someone's been in the business by their reaction to having to work on their birthday, having to work on Christmas, anniversaries, and things like that. You know what? Anniversaries and other people's, like on my wife and my daughter's birthday, I want to be available to them. I love them dearly. I want to show appreciation for them. I don't expect people to hold my interpretation of a birthday. Like a birthday for me is like it's a remembrance of another year going around. You tended to exist. You did all the right things to survive another year, and then you get another chance to survive. You know when you deserve a birthday? When you live in a place like Mogadishu or Addis Ababa, Syria. If you survive another year there, yes, a party on that thing. Oh, I'm 40 years old, Sanford, Florida, if you're here. But what I'm talking about is the business. And in the business, you're expected to work those holidays. And especially down here in Key Largo, we are a tourist destination. And for up until this past year, I worked every Thanksgiving because Thursday was my shift. And you know what? That was a great shift. It was a busy shift. We did a lot of covers. We worked at a place where we were always open on Thanksgiving. And as well we should be. We depend on the tourist dollars down here. I understand there's people that live down here that don't want to see a lot of people down here, but it wouldn't have developed. There wouldn't be stores here. There wouldn't be a Publix here if it wasn't for tourists.
Well, how silly is it that you want to live in some place and you find it beautiful, but you don't expect anybody else to see it or want to visit it?
Well, there are people that do it. They buy those islands. Remember, no one lived on Fantasy Island other than Ricardo Montalban and Hervé Villechaize, right?
Hervé, yeah.
And what? Thank you. But they bought the island. Now, if you own the island, and there's places where they do that, and that's called, we have a place up here, a gated community called Ocean Reef. Argue if you must. They bought the whole place, they gated it, and they have it restricted, and that's their prerogative. Down here, we're on Route 1, we're going to get all the tourists, but you know what? You can't take off on Thanksgiving, because where are those people going to go? If you're, let's say you're from Japan, right? It's Thanksgiving. Now, you may have a particular knowledge and say, hey, look, watch out. On that Thursday you're going, it's a national holiday. They call it Thanksgiving. What do? What does it commemorate? Well, it commemorates when some people in the 1600s who were very fanatical about their religion left another country that was fanatical about their religion and came here. And then they became befriended by Native Americans, and they had a dinner right before they started slaughtering those Native Americans. And then we made a big holiday out of it. That's Thanksgiving. No, but Thanksgiving is actually it's a national giving thanks for whatever we have, as a country. It's a beautiful holiday, and oh my God, I love my family. But you know what? A lot of people go suffer on Thanksgiving with their families because you'll have a relative that drinks too much, and they have to tell everyone what they think of them. And it always happens. It's one of those things. And I had to go to work for 10 years on Thanksgiving. And I made lots of money. And I would take care of people and people that needed to be fed. You know what? There are people that have wonderful times on Thanksgiving. But just the idea of missing Thanksgiving, making you miserable, is that enough?
No, not enough.
How about Christmas and Christmas Eve?
As for 25 years, I worked as a paramedic firefighter, a national park ranger. I always, because I was single and didn't have a family, so I always volunteered to take those shifts. Yeah. And to me, it was rewarding. It was my way of giving back to everybody else. And of course, there was always also.
Might I thank you for your service?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
The hard part would have been stopping me. So it was my way of thanking my coworkers, and at the same time, it was a very substantial monetary benefit.
Yeah, there's a monetary benefit for working those days, and you know what? There's a sort of camaraderie of being those person that delivers that service on that holiday and doing it with a smile on your face and being like, hey, listen, I don't mind. I love working Christmas Eve. I used to love working. I loved It's a Wonderful Life, right? And remember It's a Wonderful Life, and we talked about it in one of our original podcasts where George Bailey walks into Martini's Bar, and they got, Martini's Bar was the place that they really cared about George. I mean, Jesus, that's not always the local bar. If anything happens to people at some local bar, not this bar, sometimes they don't talk to those people. But there are instances. There's people here. One of our great listeners, Maggie, is Mother Teresa of Key Largo.
Oh, yeah.
She goes and seeks people out when they're suffering. They need something. She takes care of them. But what I meant is, like at a bar and restaurant, we're there to serve people, and why not then when they need it most on a holiday, when they're away from their family? We got to be there. There's people that are alone on Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And one of the biggest holidays, Arbor Day. No one recognizes Arbor Day other than I do. I mean, I love trees.
Well, as a forest ranger,
I love trees. I love trees. But no one really does anything on Arbor Day. Now it's Earth Day, right? But that's what we title it. because some people feel a specific drive to be off on that significant day. And we're not, recently it was July 4th.
Well, yeah, but we have 10 federal holidays.
We do.
Yeah.
We have
there's a whole bunch of others, like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. They're not
Father's Day.
holidays.
Father's Day.
Yeah.
I think I worked on Father's Day. Oh no, did it close? Was
No, I think you have to do the DNA test for Father's Day.
Yeah, DNA. You show up on Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Yes, you are not the father. Okay, and that's a horrible thing to say to somebody. You know what I mean? I thought you were one of 7 of them.
Yeah.
It was definitely someone. He definitely had 2 ears. Okay.
I had to narrow it down.
Yeah, I had to narrow it down. But, Father's Day, we have Mother's Day, we have Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, President's Day, catch me if I'm missing any, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. That thing is a tricky day. Your birthday's today? Is your birthday today? Oh, Dennis's birthday's on Valentine's Day.
February 14th?
You're never going to... Well, who forgets Valentine's Day? It's in your face now. It's the anniversary that you forget. But your birth... Oh, my God, you knock out 2... I mean, actually, don't you get a break? Do you get a break on Valentine's Day because it's your birthday?
You just call it even?
Yeah, and you say, hey, listen, I'm not going to get... If my birthday's on Valentine's Day, can I get you 3 roses? And a Kit Kat bar? And we'll call it even? No, it never works that way. No. But, Valentine's Day, that day, try and explain to your significant other who's not in the service industry that it's one of the biggest days. If you're at a place...
Right. You're in a restaurant or a bar.
And there's certain places you should take your fiance... if you take her to a shot and beer place that has burgers on Valentine's Day, you might as well stay home because she may not appreciate it. It's much like getting them a vacuum on their birthday. They just don't see it. They don't see it the way we see it. Just because you're taking them out, you got to take them out someplace. And Valentine's Day, I try to do before and after. If I have to work on a Valentine's Day, if it falls on the day that I work, since it's a movable holiday, it falls on a date, not on a day. And there's what are the 3 that fall on a day? We got 4. President's Day, specific day. Thanksgiving.
The date.
No, days of the week. Days of the week. We celebrate Labor Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, and Thanksgiving. 4 days. And Easter.
The late 80s to make the 3-day weekends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on those dates, you're stuck. If that's your day, if you're a Monday guy or a Sunday guy on Easter and you happen to be Christian, if you're Jewish, you're in the clear. But then again, if you're Jewish, you're probably not working in the service industry. I know that sounds like, oh my God, is that bad? I just got a rolled eyes.
Yeah.
I know you're Jewish, okay? No, come on. Nah, not a lot. They're smart.
What? Okay.
My brother-in-law is Jewish. My nieces are Jewish. They're very smart. They don't... Oh, no, you're right. Oh, my God, I'm going to get such a volume of hate mail incommensurate to our listeners, which is right now. But eventually, when they start listening to this episode, I'm going to get... I'm going to get it, yeah. And definitely James Horan from Mountain View, one of our listeners. He's not Jewish. He's James Horan. He's Irish.
You did a great job naming the non-federal holidays. How good a job can you do naming the actual federal holidays? Do you have any idea how many there are?
There's 14.
10.
Okay. I was just guessing.
Yeah.
I figure if I do, you got to commit. You got to commit when you answer a question. If a girl says, "Have you ever been with, my friend?" and then no, even if you did, you just say no.
There's not a federal holiday.
You don't think about it. You don't think about it. You just answer.
Yeah.
If you're desperate times take desperate measures. That's what I do.
What are the federal holidays?
Okay, let's start with beginning of the year. Okay, President's Day, Martin Luther King Day.
You said beginning of the year. That's beginning there.
Is New Year's Day?
Yeah, New Year's Day.
New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day.
Well, okay, Washington's birthday, but President's Day.
Well, because they combine all the presidents and all that stuff. That's where they celebrate it, because Washington's birthday.
You don't have to do them in order.
Okay, that's the way I remember. So that's 3. I got 7 to do. Okay, I'm gonna miss one now. We got Memorial Day.
That's great.
We have 4th of July. We have Flag Day. Flag Day. Is that a national holiday? No, it's not a national holiday. Come back. We have Labor Day. We have
the controversial one.
I said Martin Luther King Day.
No, that's not controversial.
Controversial?
Yeah.
Handgun Day?
Nope.
Is it Date Rape Day? Oh man, which day is it?
Indigenous Peoples Day?
Are you kidding me? That's a federal holiday?
No, it's called Columbus Day.
Oh, Columbus Day. Columbus Day. Indigenous People Day. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh man. Oh yeah. I should have looked at Dennis and known that. The Italian American Day, right? It's a big day for them. That's great. St. Patrick's Day, we don't have it. It's just a bunch of drunks. Bigger holiday, though. More people celebrate it. And then, what am I missing? I'm at October. So, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Armed Forces Day, whatever. Armed Forces Day, Military Day, whatever.
Well, you did Memorial Day.
Yeah.
It's a constant confusion between Memorial Day and this other holiday, because on Memorial Day they
Veterans Day.
Yeah,
Veterans
they say go out and thank a
Veterans
veteran. I said no. Memorial Day is for the ones that have died.
I dated a girl and goes, I got a whack even on Veterinarian's Day, and I said it's not Veterinarian's Day, it's Veterans Day. That was my last date with that girl. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, now well, she's been quite a few years. She's still probably selling pizzas in Philly.
There's two holidays that were used to be federal holidays. They're no longer federal holidays. Now, one of them I never heard of. The other one took place in my lifetime, but they got rid of it.
Tell me the first one.
The first one it was called the 8th. And it was celebrated at the Battle of New Orleans, and it was a federal holiday.
Really?
Yeah, they got rid of it in 1861. But from 1828 to 1861, that was a federal holiday. And the Civil War came out and stopped doing that in New Orleans because of the Confederacy.
I can see why now this is not a historian. I'll tell you why it happened in 1861. The Civil War was breaking out. The Union was worried about the French and the British coming in on the side of the Confederacy.
Right.
What they did, instead of celebrating that day, listen, we won't take away Independence Day. What we'll do is take away that Battle of New Orleans, the one that really humiliated you. Because those other ones weren't as that humiliating.
I had no idea that was a federal holiday. The other one was called Victory Day. It celebrated the U.S. victory over Japan in World War II. And that remained a federal holiday from 1948 to 1975. I remember that.
Oh, incidentally, when they introduced the VHS. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know.
What they did? Virtual humor system?
Yeah, it is. It happens that time. So, here we go.
I think I'm fine.
Okay, well, the thing about holidays, it's not only working and taking care of the people, it's our duty to do it. When you take the job, you know that. You're compensated very well for that.
True.
When people come in, you say, if it's your birthday. Now, I'm not one to say, oh, I got to work on my birthday. But you know what? The owner knows it's your birthday because you've got to put it on your application.
If you really like it, the owner doesn't provide you.
What do you mean? I don't.
They just ignore it like you wish they would.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good when they tell you it's a birthday because you're not telling other people. They find out and you're working on your birthday. And people say, oh, wow, that guy's working on a birthday. He's not saying about it. He's obviously not selfish. And they boom, boom, boom. They hit you. You know?
Yeah. And what owner does that the best?
Kathy and Paige, and the owners of the Encore, and the owners of Bumby's, and the owners of Encore and the Fish House, Kathy and Paige, the owners of the Catch here, they recognize your birthdays. They make sure that everyone knows it, and you know what? Bumby's down there. The manager there, Megan Hilton, and Cheryl Meads. She's the owner. They're really sweet about that. And they ask if you want to be off on your birthday. You go, no, you want to work your birthday. That's a premium. If you get a boost on your tips just for being the anniversary of the date that you were birthed,
The Earth went around the sun.
yeah, that's it. So if you make an extra $100, that's great. Staying home to get a little cake and. I mean, I love it. Listen, if you love your family, you want to be with them anytime you can. So it doesn't really matter if it's a special day you want to commemorate. Every day should be wonderful that way. But let's talk about the holidays. It's Thanksgiving. You're a traveler. You're down here. You're working at Turkey Point. There's a nuclear power station.
Yeah.
Guys get on these 6 months contracts down here. And they're down here without their family. They don't know anybody. They work 12-hour shifts. And they come into the Encore. And they want to eat. And a lot of places close down, and that's really thoughtful. I understand when that owner would say, I want to take care of my people. But you know what? We do still have to take care of the people that are here visiting.
Right.
Because otherwise they're eating at Circle K. I don't even know if Swanson makes a turkey dinner anymore.
I'm sure they do.
Did he do with the turkey cobbler and all that? I mean, not the turkey cobbler, the apple cobbler and the green beans and the stuffing and stuff like that? I mean...
Well, I know how to cook.
I mean, you don't have it. Well, I know, but you're visiting down here. You're not going to have an oven. They're going to throw turkey and stuff like that. And if you're from another country, you don't realize that, oh my God, it's the day, that obscure American holiday where people show up. So we have that. And you have the concept of a special day, your birthday. Yeah, it's a surety that there's a date on the calendar that's significant to you. But shouldn't every day be significant? Do you know, is our lives that easy and common and boring that we have to stipulate that these days are extra special? And if every day, if that like that, thank God it's Friday mentality. If every day is drudgery and you're waiting to live for Friday, the weekend, what's that mean about the rest of your week?
What does it mean about your employer?
Well, it's your meaning you give to it. Forget about your employer. If you want to, and we talked about this about people driving down and spending if you spend, coming down here, and there's people that spend 25 hours a week to 30 hours a week commuting for a close to minimum wage job.
Right.
And if you can't perform that job well, I mean, I think I have an idea about that. The idea about the minimum, people traveling 30 hours a week to work 40 hours at a minimum wage job, where you could work 10 hours more and get 20 hours more off a week close to your house. They're unemployable. And what happens down here, because of the limited labor pool we have, they have to relax their hiring standards. Hence, I'm a great bartender down here.
Oh, we're doing this.
Where if I'm in Manhattan, oh my God! As soon as I gave one of those phone calls, you ever hear me answer a phone call? You heard me answer a phone call before. It's spoof phone. I'd be out the door. Someone.
What room?
I know I'm venturing off topic, but I did get a call on.
I'm just surprised I took you there.
On Monday, someone called me up and he goes, "Listen, I want to get 20 wings. How long would it take to order them?" I said, "Well, as long as it takes you to say it." And there was pause. And they go, "What?" And I go, "Just order it." And it's ordered. And she, I meant how long? She meant how long would it take to prepare? But she said order. You know, I'm a literal person. I'm not a computer because I do not remember everything. But if you give me that opportunity, if you throw that softball up in the air, I'm going to try to knock it out of the park.
You should.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. And then when people walk through the door and say, "We're looking to eat," I say, "You came to a great place. We serve food."
Yeah, it has to be your restaurant.
You could have went down to you could have went right down the street to the garage, and they don't have anything to eat unless you like motor oil and old tires. Yes, it is. Hey, listen, we're going to just roll into the next segment unless you have anything to talk about holidays anymore.
You know, there is an 11th federal holiday.
Let's hear it.
Okay. It's called Inauguration Day. It only applies to the people in D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and the immediate surrounding area. But they have Inauguration Day.
In the federal district.
Yeah, because you can't get anywhere on Inauguration Day. But it is a legal federal holiday, and they only have it once every 4 years.
Well, you still got to get the National Park Police has to work here, and all the Secret Service, and all, and those guys, and all the you better believe all the bartenders and servers are working in that area that day.
But that's the unknown, least known of the federal holidays.
You got those holidays. You got Mardi Gras. That's funny. You brought it. I know we're talking federal holidays, but we went back to holidays, and I think that's specific to the area. And then you have one specific to the area wherever you go around here, right?
But their thing is, even the federal government recognized that and said, "We're just going to give you guys a break, give you the day off." And
I used to work. I mean, we both. I mean, we worked in different agencies in the government all the time. I mean, I was in the Treasury. I was in the Navy. You were in the Navy. You were in the Forest Service.
And Park Service.
And the Park Service.
National Park Service.
Yeah, and you were explaining something about that one time. Is there a big difference between the Park Service and
one's in the Department of Agriculture, National Forest Service,
and the other's on the interior, right?
Right, and one's U.S. Forest Service. The land is to be used and reused. That's why you cut down trees and plant them again, stuff like that. You and I, we inherited a few hundred head of cattle. We call up the Cal National Forest. They can arrange it on your land. They'll go, it'll cost you 20 cents a head per day. That kind of thing.
I want to ask you a question, and I don't think it won't be hurtful. Which one was Yogi Bear's ranger? Was he a Park Service employee or was he interior?
He was more National Park Service than he was U.S. Forest Service.
So if he was stealing, if Yogi Bear existed today with Homeland Security, things like that, and he stole a picnic basket off a federal reservation, he could be rendered to an extraordinary rendition to a place in Eastern Europe, perhaps, like Romania, to be tortured. No? Okay.
I have no idea.
You don't get it? Okay. Okay, we're going to go on wines. We're going to wines description. This weekend on at Bumby's, people are asking me wines, and I go, I am not, like before I said, I'm not a sommelier. I know what I know about wines, and I know that some of the grapes you make red wine with, you make white wine with, because it's the skin in the grapes that gets the pigmentation. And on the backs of some of these bottles, they have some interesting stories. They're very effusive in their descriptions of, like, one was it was a French wine, and they described how loamy their soil was, and the history of the grapes, and how dry the different layers and tiers of their vines were, and how they developed over the years, and realized that there's different strains, and they blend them differently to develop their unique flavor and fruit forwardness of their wine. So I was looking at other wines, and a lot of people don't realize that there's low-end wines that have descriptions. There are low-end wines, and did I give you this? Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Oh, you don't. Go. You obviously didn't get the last thing. Okay. Here we go. Our extremely fruit-forward selections bring non-traditional flavors to any event. For the most common evening of get-togethers in your parents' basements, to a fireside ghost story at summer picnics. Try Mad Dog 2020. Okay, this next one. The subtle, haunting flavors that inhabit our wines will mesmerize you into thinking that it is all right to make out with your cousin while listening to Guns N' Roses. Try some Night Train for a soothing experience. This is all my material, believe it or not. I'm not listening.
This is good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I found my sheet.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
I got my sheet together now.
Okay. We have full-bodied selections with a note of austere finish. Few wines match our compatibility to be suitable for various temperature environments, so that from warm to cold, each sip is the same. So in any alley, you can be ensured that Ripple from Ernest and Julio Gallo will taste the same. Isn't that wonderful? I'll tell you, you can make anything sound so good. Yes, there is. And let's talk about some of the wines. Thunderbird. Say it, wait. And on ice, say it twice or something like that. Yes. What do you have to say? Come on, talk about your wine things. What do we got?
When I was in high school, below the drinking age, that's the only time I really indulged in wine was the Boone's Farm family.
Boone's Farm?
Yeah. What is it?
No, Boone's Farm is like along the Arbor Mist and all those things. It's a low. Boone's Farm was a little lower proof wine. It ran about 11 to 12%. And they had strawberry, they had apple. I told the story once. My sister, the connoisseur of fine thing, my dad brought out a bottle of Banana Red, and he told her, "Hey, I don't want you to be surprised about this wine. I don't want to be surprised about the price on this wine, but I want you to evaluate it." My sister drank it, and she goes, "Oh yes, it's a dessert wine, isn't it, Dad?" He goes, "Yes," and it's really tasty. I just smell the fruit, and she goes, Well, yeah. Would you have it for dessert? Yes. And would you be surprised if I told you the price was $40 a bottle? And she goes, yeah, I would be. That would be a little more expensive. And she goes, well, my dad says, well, that's Boone's Farm Banana Red. Banana Red. Anything that's called Banana Red is going to be sold, it's more likely to be sold in a box. Here we go. Samantha's here. Oh, yeah.
Welcome aboard, Samantha.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about our...
We're getting your mic done right now.
Yeah. We did birthdays, holidays, all those things that we do in the service industry where other people can't. Can we get? You got an extra microphone? Oh, great. We do all those special things on the holiday. We talked a little about wines, and we also said that with those wines, those special wines. There's a kid. How did we get our wines when we were underage?
Oh yeah.
Are you ready? Wait.
No. I was going to compliment you on the wine use.
Yeah, I was just. Well, what happened is Bumby. Sometimes someone asked me, "Can you give me a little information on wine?" And I'm reading this bottle of French red, and they talked about the loamy soil, and then I said the flavor is enhanced loamy soil, and the flavor is enhanced by the skeletons of serfs. Peasants over the years. And they just looked at me and they go, hey, I'm just reading what's on the bottle. Like that. And people, they don't know. And let's just show them. And they didn't choose that bottle anyway. I think it was a cheaper wine. It was like $80. Because we have a higher end. We got a couple $600 bottle wines. But I don't think I might make it up for a $600 bottle of wine. I would just say, this wine, the final filtration process is done through the skulls of former Nazi SS officers. Too bad? Too strong?
That's not a
My God, what's a killer? I mean, Nazi SS officers were horrible people. So we're brutalizing them, not the people they brutalized. Oh my God. That was a buzzkill, wasn't it?
Yeah,
oh, come
you
on.
just got here.
Oh my God. What, are you in a fan club? Wait, am I in the middle of a white supremacist group here? Here?
Hey, Jim.
Yeah. I just threw that out there. You got to think on your feet when you're doing this stuff, okay? So, I was on my feet when I was thinking about that stuff. No, I was thinking about it right now when I said it.
He just wrote some beautiful music about wine, and then he goes immediately
to filtering the wine to the Riesling to the wine of SS. War criminals. War criminals. I'm disrespecting war criminals. Hey, you know what? They're still alive, a couple of them. They're in their late 90s. They're still turning them over. Okay, well, coming back to wines, the cheap wines.
And I know I came in late, but how was the 4th?
May the 4th.
We weren't really talking about exact dates because we are a timeless podcast. But it was the 4th this weekend, and the 4th was good. We, my daughter was in the parade here, and we did a live podcast. And obviously, you guys didn't notice that I did a live podcast from.
I stayed up late for it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it took place at 10 a.m. Yeah, and it was a fireworks incident too. Yeah. Someone gave me a Roman candle, and I thought it would be funny if I stuck it down my pants on there. And I realized the end got all heated up and stuff like that, and it caused a little burn. I had to go to the emergency room, and they took some pictures, and the burn was minor. It didn't cause any major damage, and nothing happened. I didn't do that. Okay, but it was a fun.
Thought I'd ask.
I did do the podcast thing though. I didn't do the Roman candle on the pants. I did see a guy do that on YouTube. I thought that was interesting. When you take a Roman candle and shove it down your pants, you have very little respect for pyrotechnics or how your body works.
So that was my attempt to get him on a different topic.
Yeah,
it got me on that. Well, no, but I mean, just saying the people's respect for fireworks. No, but just think about it. Just think about people's respect for fireworks. You take a Roman candle as a kid and you light it up.
Don't keep digging.
I'm not doing. You've never done that. None of you done that. You, Billy, you did. You did it. Yeah, okay, come on. And when you alcohol and
we get bunkers and
bunkers.
Yeah, we made bunkers about 50 feet apart on the shoot road camping.
Oh, we're in Philadelphia. We used to walk in the street like we were gunfighters and put them right at each other. And the closer you get, if you started walking towards someone, they'd start running away. It's because you just got to be fearless. Yeah, no, we didn't. We were stupid. I think it's all the exhaust that we were exposed to as children there. And but the 4th was good. Anybody else? What did you do on the 4th?
That was yesterday, right?
Yeah. It fell on the 4th. Independence Day was on the 4th.
Tuesday, I went to my other haunt and had drinks, and then came home. And
What, the Pilot House?
No, Sharkies.
Sharkies. Okay.
Sharkies.
Good one.
That was it? No fireworks or anything? Okay, Sam, what'd you do?
I actually played with Bill here and Albert at the VFW.
That's when she say played with Bill, she meant
Oh yeah,
musically.
yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes.
No, at the VFW.
With Bill at the VFW.
Made some music. Okay, that's good. It could be read both ways. That's good. Made some music. Was it beautiful music? Okay, that's sweet. That's a romantic tale. Did you get any barbecue or anything? Did you have any traditional fare?
I did do some kebabs, but that was the weekend. That's good.
I made some barbecue.
Okay, well that's freaking awesome that you guys did that stuff. So, but we go back to the wines. Let's go back into the segment, and we were talking about cheap wines. As a kid, what was your go-to drink when you were sneaking? And I know all of you did that. First, Connor, what did you do? What was your sneaky drink? Underage.
Underage?
Yeah.
I love it. The first time I ever went and had too much. I was very fortunate. My mom was driving.
Well, how old were you?
14, 15.
Oh, there wasn't an option of you driving, was there?
No, not really.
Okay.
I was in the back. I'd been to a party and there was beer and there was wine. I had too much.
Oh, was it a family party?
No.
Oh, you went to a party in December? You never went to the family party where they had that?
Mom picked me up, and on the way back, I was sitting in the back seat and
Yeah.
for a while, basically. Show her how much fun I'd had that night.
Yeah.
In the back seat of the car.
Okay. We're going to go with Sam. What was your, okay, now, on a regular basis, now I want to get to you start, when you're young, you start experimenting. I'm talking about drinking. I'm not talking about anything else. There's no innuendo. So, what was your first experience, and what was your go-to drink when you were a kid? And I do not endorse kids drinking, but it happens because we prevent them. In the United States, we make it into a taboo, a game. And in Italy and all these other places, even in Wisconsin, yeah, let's see what we can get, and they don't have that problem. What did you do?
Say that because the first time I really drank when I was younger was when I was in France on a school trip.
Oh, yeah.
And it was legal.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was the first time, but then...
That was it? How old were you?
It's not that I never did that, although
How
I shouldn't
old
throw
were
myself
you?
under the bus at 16.
Yeah, you don't, because you are a school teacher.
Exactly. So we're not throwing me under the bus.
Yeah.
But let's just say that it was actually a very delightful wine. And it was a...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so how about that for a first time?
Oh, my God. She's drinking Bordeaux or Beaujolais. Okay, Billy. I want to see Billy. And I want to hear some more stories.
And again, it was legal.
No, I know. Well, you're not. There's a statute of limitations. I don't think they're going to bust you.
Yeah, we don't
True,
get
it's in the past.
Yeah,
that. 6 hand grenades. And then if it's a really
I'm expecting a really low age for Billy.
Oh, yeah, that's probably 13, 14.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm the Drew Barrymore of the bunch, I guess.
I had a beer when I was 15.
That's it? No, but, 13, 14?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you mine. Okay, I'll tell you mine.
And if it was a wild night, we'd go get some Thunderbird.
I said Drew Barrymore.
Like never been kissed Drew Barrymore?
No, like young alcoholic. No, young alcoholic. Okay.
Fire starter.
Oh, the young Drew Barrymore. Okay.
Yeah. It was my cousin's.
Or 51st
It was
dates.
Donna's wedding or Mary Kate's wedding, and they had a screwdriver fountain.
No.
And every time, I was a younger cousin.
I want one of
There was
those.
a 9. I was 9, I think, at the time, and my cousins were like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we were all dipping into that stuff. I wasn't too crazy about it then, but I really, it was 11 and 12, and then when I got to 13, we're in Philadelphia, and we were able to get, back then we got $20 together, you say you can get like 2 cases for $13, and you say you keep the change to the hobo or whoever's drinking that, and you get us the 2 cases of Jenny Cream Ale, and that was
Genesee.
it. And we off to the town.
Have you ever had a Genesee?
Genesee Cream Ale in the green can.
Genesee.
I haven't. I've had Hennessy.
It's not. But that was our thing. And then when you start, but with young kids were that Mad Dog, the Boone's Farm, and you had all these other things, and then you had those wine coolers. And I know when people come in here and they're underage and they start ordering a drink and they go, "Hey, can I have a slow gin fizz?" And they go, "Holy shit! Either you're been frozen in a block of ice since 1940."
Just watch Dad's video.
Yeah, you just watch your grandpa's. Oh, were you just watching Mad Men? And you came in here and ordered a drink. Someone that orders a drink from the 1960s.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a resurgence of Manhattans and old fashions and stuff like that. So they go and order and they do it. But when someone orders a, let's say a Tom Collins, no, but a Tom Collins, no, when a young person orders a Tom Collins or a,
That's a young person.
what?
She's a young person.
No, oh yeah. You know, okay. Oh God, you're burying me on this one, Billy. Ass kisser, man. Jesus Christ. What I'm trying to say is, when someone's coming in, you want to hit for cards because you know already they're not, because you know that they haven't been a customer of yours for a couple of years. I think I handle that right. That if someone comes up and says a slow gin fizz or a Tom Collins or a cocktail or orders, I'd like to have a cocktail.
An amaretto sour.
Oh my God! Give me your cards.
First, exactly.
Give me your card, and I want to see a passport.
And then it was White Russians.
And White Russians.
I like white Russians.
It was like my 20th.
I know it's a pain in the ass, but there's a secret thing for bartenders with White Russians. Okay, cream drinks.
Yeah.
They make your sink water filthy.
Yeah.
Because you gotta wash your mixing cups and all the glass and stuff. When you're a young person, stay away from the heavily mixed ones. Make it simple. Make it sure that you do it, and don't make it sound like it's from the 1960s. Oh, Jesus, you're right.
Now he's really digging.
You know what? I card them because we did our liquor meeting on what's Friday. We did our liquor meeting this past Friday.
Yeah, I slept through it.
And they're doing stings here. And what happens? A local. That's funny that you said that.
He's such a great entertainer, Sting.
Okay, when I'm telling you Sting, I'm talking about where the government comes in. They bring these underage people in, and they try to get drinks, and as well they should, because we got to be.
Did they do that with hookers?
They do it on hookers. They do it. They have a thing on cops who do it all the time, and they always take the least attractive female officer and they put her on the street and they put her out there, make her feel like she's pretty, because all the guys wanted $20 special. And I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but that's what he said. Get it? No, you didn't get it. Okay. They do stings. They come down there. I don't know where we went all the way around and spinning around, but the local, the Sheriff's Department of Monroe County and the State Liquor Control Board sends younger people in. They send them in for cigarettes. They send them in for liquor. And what they want to do is they want to see if you're card. And they don't do. It's a shame they don't send a drunk person in, because that's the one thing when you're overserving. Someone comes in, they're obviously overserved, and they go and serve them another drink. You don't know. They could be drunk when you come in the door, and you don't.
There's a lot of people who will say, "Hey, let's give another one. Let's see what happens."
Well, I had a guy come in at the Encore one time.
Sometimes it turns out really bad.
I'm not judging him because he had a ponytail and stuff like that, but he was wearing chef's whites and all that stuff. He came walking through the door. He sat in the chair and he fell out of the chair. He sat down and fell backwards. And I said, obviously I'm not going to serve you a drink now. And he goes, "Not again." And I go, "Not again?
Yeah.
What do you mean?" "Well, the last guy told me that." And I go, "Whoa, wait. You were drunk the last place you went and it wasn't served, and you sat down in my bar to do that?" Obviously, you're not rational. It's not rational thinking. But the stings are always young people, and all you have to do to get you out of it is say, "Listen, are you 21 or older?" If they say yes, and they you serve them and they weren't, then you are contractual. Oh, not contractually. You can be arrested, but in court it'll be thrown out. Now they'll show you an ID if you ask them. But if you ask for their ID without asking that age and they don't say anything and they show you their current ID, they have to show you their current ID, a real ID. They can't show you a fake one. And they show you their current ID that says they're younger, and you serve them. You could do time, you do fine, and all. And people don't understand it. I feel so bad.
It's bad in your own.
I feel so bad when I do it to a guy when he's with a girl, and you try to like distance and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you look old, and you don't look as old as your girlfriend," or in a group of people, you're carding that one person, so you card everyone.
Well, there was that nice gentleman that I was hanging out with last week. I believe you carded him. Turned out to be 28, 29.
Yeah, and someone's doing 30.
Everywhere I go.
Well, that's because you look like you're 16.
I'll be 30.
You do look like you're 16. I would card.
I would card you too.
And I order things like amaretto sours.
You know what? That's a safety thing. Actually, that's a safety thing. If the girl doesn't look enough, I mean, I am married now. If I wouldn't date them, if they're too young to date, they got to be carded. You're too young to date.
If you have to figure out how to say it on air, then you might want to dance around.
What dance around what? I didn't say anything. I wasn't meaning
If
that.
you're talking about dating somebody, but I'm married, and you might want to just dance around that whole thing.
Oh no! What I mean is, I can see it through the eyes of a guy that was single. I meant I can see it through the eyes of a single guy.
I'm trying to show you how to use the phone. Hey, I've got to do this. Well, maybe I'll just move on to something else.
Just like when you put it in your coffee maker and it kind of
One
catches.
time, am I talking about carding?
Did you get the message I sent you?
I did.
That cat daddy shirt?
I loved it. Thank you for that.
Well, unless we're going to talk about this some more, I have a subject. It's called thank you notes.
Your what hurts?
Thank you notes.
Okay.
Your what hurts.
It's so this is my efforts to use kind language to insult people.
Oh, yeah.
Being thoughtful when we're trying to insult people.
Like backhand
And there's nothing more thoughtful than giving a. Well, we went through this morning at Rotary. They went through some thank you notes, and I realized I don't send out thank you notes. And I came up with some thank you notes that if I wanted to say something bad to someone, I would put it this way. Here's a thank you note. The number one. I'd probably this one would be kind of like with a broken ring on it. And it says, "Dear Ronald, you're a lovely young man and hope that you are successful in your pursuit of becoming a mixed martial art fighter. Thank you for your reconsideration in marrying our daughter. Sincerely, not your future in-laws."
That's beautiful.
That's a lovely one. I think you can send that out if someone brings home an engagement.
I do a little choke though.
This next one, you can show like a nice homestead, like they would do in like a beautiful country house with flowers out front and birds and everything. It would be like that. There are many types of neighbors. Sometimes we forget to be thankful for our good fortune to be surrounded by such lovely people. You have reminded us that we have been blessed for these 20 years by you having arrived in the neighborhood this last month. Regards, the Joneses. P.S. Is the music you play at 2 a.m. considered death metal or heavy metal?
I like that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
This one is, you can put a vehicle on it. You really keep your car clean. And you can tell by looking at it that you're really good at maintaining it. By how you took up 3 parking spaces in a full parking lot. As I ruminated on my half-mile walk from the parking garage, I thought how stunning the color of your vehicle is. And I took a sample of that color from your right rear fender all the way around to the left fender to ensure that I had enough. Thank you for being my muse. Signed, erstwhile artist. That was mine. And that's original stuff, folks.
You could just leave a sign on someone's car if they parked across 3 parking spots and just say, "Dear anonymous, or dear unknown person,
Yeah.
or parking person, whatever. I hope you don't beep like you park."
Well, I was going with the thank you note genre. There's a lot of different ones. I think I'm going to do. I think this is going to be a regular. I'm going to do this on a regular basis on the show. No, the key. Nah.
I thought it was really neat the way she put the beat in there.
I like
We're
the
going
beat.
clean, right?
No.
Well,
You know what? If you got an imagination, you're going to hear it. You know, you're going to hear the F word, but you don't have to say the F word.
Exactly.
True.
Right?
So here's something
We're
that
adults.
I did do.
I have a whole vocabulary.
I have one more. It wasn't really a thank you note. It was more just a note I left in a neighbor's mailbox. They
Let's
had
hear it.
played obnoxiously loud music for about a week straight, and they were clearly not people that lived in the house or owned the house. They were visitors. So I, on like the 5th day of hearing it start at 7:30 in the morning, which I think is out of noise ordinance, I left a note in their mailbox that said, "Love thy neighbor and turn down your goddamn music."
Really?
I always
wish
claimed
there
I'm
was a
not
visual medium,
passive
'cause
aggressive.
Just the way she described it.
Yeah. You know what? The thing about writing a note is that you got to look at it and reconsider what you're saying. What were you going to say about music?
As musicians, you know, we can always fix this problem because we can outblast just about anybody.
It's true, but I like my neighbors.
Well, if you have some that you don't.
Yeah, that's a nuclear option. If you go that, if you got one neighbor, and if you try to do something opposite to them, you're doing it to the rest of your neighbors.
That's what happens at the local sandbar, and then you have 20 different styles of music clashing with each
That's in
other.
the same boat.
Yeah.
You get one of those big 54-foot center consoles, they got the stereo cranking in the front, they got a different station on, the guys in the middle are listening to a different station, the guys in the back are listening to a different station.
And nobody at the helm.
And that's the same boat.
Well, and then obviously at the sandbar, it would be tough to send a literary work to someone, a nice thing, maybe like a nice rolled up parchment.
Yeah.
Say, hello, folks. Here's a message from me, and I wrote it in sonnet form for you to describe my feelings to you.
Message in a bottle.
Yes.
Hey, that should be a song.
Oh my God, you're right. That's a great
I know
idea.
that.
Let's write
The
it down.
sandbar. For people, like it's an audio.
It's an audio thing. The sandbar down here, it's a big gathering point.
Don't Google it.
Yeah, Google the sandbar in the
Largo.
Keys. We got it.
Yeah.
There's one. It's off Tavernier,
it's not a
Amarana,
bar.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
It's not a bar.
Well, there is a bar called the Sandbar.
But
There's the Sandbar. It's a place where you can swim in a bunch of other people's urine and trash. You know, it's you know what? It's where you get closer to people and you get closer to their bodily fluids. Oh, disgusting! Is that disgusting? It's actually what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. It happens. Oh, you're drinking a case of beer. There's no bathroom in sight.
Do the math.
Oh, come on.
All right, so thank you notes.
Okay. I'd like to thank Paige and Kathy, Billy, Sam Clark, Connor, the catch itself, our listeners, anybody that came in. We'd like to thank Dennis, Drew, Debbie, and I'd like to thank, what do we have here? Drew, Tina and Bear, and Sean, and everyone for being here. I'm going to let everyone else talk here after this. And I'd like to thank some of our listeners. We just got on TuneIn Radio. We're on Spotify now, and we're also on other platforms that are associated with them.
we're really big in Sheboygan.
We are big in Sheboygan. We're big in Mountain View, California, San Jose, California, which is great. It's on the other coast. We're bi-coastal. So I'm going to let these other people. This is Jim the Keys bartender. I'm going to let's Billy and Sam and Clark and Connor. You're next. Let's go. Say your goodbyes and whatever you like to punch up. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
People that I love, more I love them. The people I appreciate, who I care about.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, Billy, Sam, how about your?
Let's see, where are we? I know Sam and I are playing next Wednesday.
Click it in.
And then Thursday night, as always, we have the Key Billies.
Put a clink in.
Key Billies up here.
Thursday night at the Catch.
And then Friday, I have no idea where I am.
Well, there you are.
Saturday, I'll be up at the Catch with Captain Josh. That's always a fun show. Where are you got anything going on?
Just with you next Wednesday. 6 to 9.
We
Yeah.
need to go find some more air-conditioned places.
Hey, you know what?
I think so.
You know what? I'm gonna pitch. I think on Thursday I'll be bartending at Bumby's on their second floor at their radio show, and Fridays I'm doing a double here at the Catch here at mile marker 102 here in Key Largo. The Catch from. If you get here at 10:30, I'll let you in the front door. I'm here. Come in and sit at the bar. I'll be here until 10:30 at night, and we'll have a good time.
I came here last Friday night.
You did. We had a good time. Yeah, it's a lot of.
Got the double prime rib.
Okay. Well, hey, folks, thank you. It's still part. I guess it's still part of the July 4th weekend. Be careful. Remember, alcohol and fireworks don't mix, and some families don't mix. So, no, literally, they don't mix. If you mix alcohol with it, they won't go off.
You're supposed to do it.
Well, no, I meant if you're drinking them.
It's the way we were trained to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. This is Keith's bartender signing out.